Hello, once again this is Dark River giving you my picks on TNA Hard Justice 2009. First up we're going to have the Steel Asylum match, which given the promo for it, we'll have Daniels versus Suicide versus Chris Sabin versus Alex Shelley versus Consequences Creed versus Black Machismo Jay Lethal versus Amazing Red. Although this is just going to be a fest with not a whole lot of story being told in it. I'm going with Daniels to win just because that's basically what I want to see. As far as who could win this, it's not a crapshoot. They could give it to Daniels, they could give it to Suicide, they could give it to any one of these guys for any number of reasons, but my pick's Daniels. Next up will be Mixed Tag Team Knockouts Championship match with the Beautiful People versus ODB and Cody Deaner. I'm picking the Beautiful People just because this is honestly a throwaway match. I mean, they could have this match on Impact, and that's really where it should be, but for whatever reason they're putting it on the pay-per-view. But anyway, hopefully it won't be a long match and Beautiful People win, and either they'll get to Angelina Love versus ODB in a singles match for the title, or they'll just chunk this feud. Next up is Hernandez versus Rob Terry. Obviously Hernandez is getting a push right now, so he should win this match without much challenge. But for whatever reason, they're trying to build up Rob Terry. Honestly, I don't see why. He doesn't seem like any special, but odds are this again would kind of be a throwaway match. It could be on Impact. I don't really see why it's on the pay-per-view other than to give Hernandez a spot on the pay-per-view. Next, we have the $50,000, contract match with Abyss versus Jethro Holiday. I pick Abyss winning this match just because I don't see them giving Jethro Holiday that much of a push. Next we have the IWPG Tag Team Championship match with the British Invasion defending against Beer Money Incorporated. I would say that, because TNA doesn't really own these titles, they shouldn't, have title changes at all in reference to them, but, that didn't stop them from taking the titles from Team 3D, even though New Japan Pro is not recognizing the title change, so this is kind of a meaningless match. But I'm picking the British Invasion to retain just because to take the belts off of them right now would just be, it would hurt the World Elite storyline and the Main Event Mafia storyline too much to take the titles off of them right away. Next up we have the TNA World Tag Team Championships with Booker T and Scott Steiner defending against Team 3D. This is dreams from maybe 10 years ago. If these guys were in their primes, this match would mean something, but as it stands right now, all I'm hoping for is Devon and Booker T carrying the bulk of the match, even though Booker T hasn't exactly shined for his whole stint in TNA. But I'm picking Booker T and Steiner to retain, again, just because it would defeat the purpose of putting the titles on them, just to have them lose to Team 3D a month later. Next up we have the TNA Legends Championship with Mick Foley versus Kevin Nash. I am actually a Mick Foley fan. I don't think of myself a diehard fan for anybody, but Mick Foley and Raven would about be the only two guys that I would be close to being a diehard fan to. And even I think Mick Foley should not be in. I mean, it's beyond the point of, it's fun seeing him out there. It's basically the same stuff every time. I really don't know how else to explain it, but you know, it's nothing original. It's nothing new. It's nothing different. You know, he may change what he says, but still the same mannerisms, the same delivery, and the same everything. Except he hobbles a little bit more now. I'm picking Kevin Nash to win just because of the two of them, he at least can give the appearance of it, a kind of belonging in the ring still, even though he should be retiring by now also. But you know, on to the X Division Championship with Homicide versus Samoa Joe. Obviously, they're trying to relive some of the Ring of Honor glory days. But I'm going to pick Homicide to win just because I think they'll keep with the trend of Joe being disqualified, or Hernandez will come out and attack Joe, Homicide, or something to that effect. But my money's on Homicide retaining the title in some fashion. I don't think he'll beat Joe, at least not cleanly, but something's happen. It might even be Lashley to interfere on his behalf, because I think they seem, at least with the brawl last week, they seem to be wanting to set up that feud. Last and hopefully not least, the TNA World Heavyweight Championship Triple Threat match with Kurt Angle versus Sting versus Matt Morgan. Yes, they decided to put Morgan in a championship main event instead of AJ Styles. Wow. I'm picking Angle to retain. Either I see him beating either Sting or Morgan with interference from the main event Mafia, or despite what was said on tonight's Impact, Morgan, not going after the title and helping Angle retain in some fashion. But, Angle will retain and keep the title. And really, that's kind of the only choice left in that match. I don't think Sting really needs the title, and I hope to God that he wouldn't put the title on him again, just because it's becoming really obvious that it's no point in putting it on, because it's not going to boost ratings, and it's not going to help elevate any of the talent, just from the way they've done it in the past. And as far as Morgan goes, I kind of take offense to them calling him the Blueprint, when, in all honesty, until he starts doing half the moves that guys like Undertaker and Kane do, he can't hold a candle to them, and I don't think he's decent on promos. He's all right in the ring, but as far as I'm concerned, he isn't that great, and he doesn't do anything to warrant that much of a push at this point in time. Those are my picks. If you got a problem with them, agree with them, drop a line, drop a comment, post a video response. Your choice. Bye.